Although the college basketball season is officially over, the offseason fun is just beginning. Thanks to a one-time transfer rule that will allow players to transfer without sitting out, there's more chaos in the NCAA transfer portal right now than that time that Dwight made a controlled fire in the office. But what's the status of the Louisville basketball team? Well, let's go over what we know as of right now.
To start, Louisville most recently landed the commitment of Jared West. The university made things official with the Marshall graduate transfer over the weekend. Last season, West averaged 12.5 points and 6 assists, shooting over 40% from three-point range. Aside from being Conference USA's Defensive Player of the Year, West is also fourth among all active players in assists. In addition to West, we know that Louisville will be bringing in sharpshooter and Miami transfer Matt Cross. In addition to West and Cross, we know that they will be returning fifth-year senior Malik Williams and top-rated JUCO prospect L. Ellis. Joining the fold as true freshmen will be center Roosevelt Wheeler and forward Mike James. Josh Nickelberry, Quinn Slazinski, and Sam Williamson are all in what I would call the wait-and-see mode. If you're a Louisville fan and wondering if these guys are going to stick around, the longer we go without hearing anything about these guys, the better. Finally, it can be assumed that Jalen Withers, Dre Davis, JJ Traynor, and Gabe Witsnitzer all appear primed to come back next season. If you throw Carlik Jones and David Johnson into the mix, all of a sudden you have a roster of 15 players. Bear in mind, with that extra year of eligibility, Carlik Jones and Malik Williams would not count against the scholarship limits. That means that as things stand today, Louisville has 15 scholarship players, counting as 13. If David Johnson were to bolt for the league, like most think that he will, that will leave Louisville with one open scholarship spot. So let's just assume for the time being that David Johnson does bolt for the league. Priority number one then would be replacing Johnson. And by all accounts, the most likely player to replace him would be Noah Locke, a rising senior from Florida. Louisville's going all in on the guard, who would be a perfect replacement for David Johnson. At 6'3", 205 pounds, he averaged 10.6 points, 2.4 rebounds, and an assist last season for the Gators. If you watch Locke's tape at Florida, he's almost a spitting image of what David Johnson provided for Louisville. Not only can Locke stretch the floor as a three-point shooter, but he's also known as a lockdown defender. No pun intended. Locke is from the DC area, and Louisville still has its DC connection on the coaching staff in Mike Pegues. Louisville appears to be going after Locke harder than any other player in the transfer portal right now. However, if there's another player that I would want to see join this team, maybe it's Armaan Franklin of Indiana. Not only does Franklin bring size and athleticism to the table, but he's also a 42% shooter from three-point range. Additionally, he had 1.2 steals per game last season and is probably the best defending guard in the portal right now.